What up, everyone? It's Mike, aka Strange Spaceman, coming at you with my first comic spotlight for the Masters of Evil channel. As always, please remember to like the video, subscribe, follow, leave a comment with your thoughts, all that good stuff. You can follow us on YouTube and IG at the Masters of Evil. And tonight I'm going to talk about one of my favorite indie series in a long time here. We're going to talk about Tokyo Ghost. So Tokyo Ghost is a 10 issue sci-fi comic. It was published by Image Comics. And written by Rick Remender and some gorgeous art by Sean Gordon Murphy and Matt Hollingsworth. Rick Remender has worked with Hollingsworth probably on every single book they've ever done, and he always picks really phenomenal artists. And Murphy is certainly not an exception to that. So just a brief overview here, no spoilers really at all. Just kind of going to get into the basics about the book. The book it's kind of filled with everything. I was thinking about what to compare it with, and it's kind of like if Blade Runner and Judge Dredd made a baby, and then Akira and a samurai made babies, and then they were all in a comic book together. It's pretty ridiculous, but awesome at the same time. I actually read an article where Remender called the series a big, visual, exciting story that at the heart is hiding the fact that it's really just a love story. And that's absolutely the case. When you meet the two main protagonists, of the story, you really find that out really quickly. So, the book takes place in the year 2089 on the Isle of Los Angeles. It's obviously in the future. And in this future, everyone is addicted to technology and digital content. They kind of have that, right there available at all times. They actually have these crazy floating holograms that just stay in front of their face at all times, displaying the content. And the vast majority of the people, they're poor and unemployed, and they'll do anything to get money for this drug. Really, essentially, is what it is. And at the same time, you have the rich, the extreme opposite. You have the rich running around, pretty much ruining the fucking world and eating figs and walking around naked and just fornicating all the time. But in all of that, you have this really awesome love story between these two. So it follows these two constables, Debbie Decay and Led Dent, which are probably the two greatest names ever. These two are they're absolute badasses. They're madly in love. But shit always goes wrong, and this Led Dent is deeply addicted to these videos and digital content. You'll see here on the next picture, right? So this is what they were talking about. These kind of holograms that just sit in front, and you can see what it's, some pretty profane stuff, and there's porn and all this other stuff right in front of them, and sales and food and all different types of shit. And that's Rick Remender right there. He's one of the greatest comic satirists of our time, in my opinion. And so, as the story goes along, they're given this job, and shit ensues, right? Shit goes down, which leads them through fights with a number of characters. The main of which is this awesome digital gangster, Davy Trauma, who you see right here with the rocket ship coming out of his back. And it ultimately leaves them to find the last place on Earth that is actually completely techless, which is Japan, hence the name Tokyo Ghost. So by the time, this is very early in the series, things go down. I definitely recommend, here's some of the artwork that comes later. It starts to change from that digital, almost cyberpunk-esque landscape to cityscape to this more natural, organic feel. The artwork is absolutely beyond fabulous. Murphy is at his best. When he has the opportunity to draw the things he really does well, like cars and motorcycles and these massive cityscapes. He's just really, really great at that. But then on top of that, he really shows off what else he can do by, these more natural, organic scenery. Especially drawing all the, all of Japan and the samurais, and it's just gorgeous. And as always, like I said earlier, Remender really delivers. He's got that on the nose satire and just a blatant disdain for current American culture, as it were. The story is sad. It's hilarious, and it never stops going. It's constant, absolute constant action. It's heartfelt and romantic, and I just love this book. I couldn't recommend it more. So go read this book, and specifically, I would recommend the hardcover deluxe edition for this one, if you can get your hands on it. So again, thanks for joining in, and subscribe to the channel, share, do all those things. And remember, the Masters of Evil hate you.